You know, experience is the name of the game, especially at the QB spot. Experience is the name of the game, especially at the quarterback position. And Clemson signal caller, senior quarterback Cade Klubnik, has experience in spades. 2025 will be his third season as Clemson's full-time signal caller. Last year, he was top 10 in the country in passing yards with over 3,600. He was top 3 in the country in passing touchdowns with 36, while adding almost 500 yards on the ground and 7 more touchdowns rushing. Cade Klubnik has got experience in spades. And right now, throughout this early summer scouting process, it's hard to not compare the quarterback 5 that you watched versus the quarterback 1 that you've watched. And looking at a handful of these guys right now, especially the big names in this 2026 class, Cade Klubnik probably and should be viewed going into the 2025 season as the QB1. We're going to take a look at the stats. We're going to watch the film. We're going to talk through how good he was last year and what we want to see him improve upon for the 2025 season. But Cade Klubnik is definitely one of those guys that we're going to be talking about as one of the top quarterbacks off of the board in the 2026 NFL Draft. I appreciate you being here. Let's get into it right now. Summer scouting, Cade Klubnik. Let's go. Welcome back to the station. Welcome back to the channel. Y'all know what it is, your boy Ray G. You can find me on X at RayGQue. I appreciate each and every eye, each and every year. If you're watching this video, stick around to the end and you find the information actionable and or entertaining, do one thing for your boy. Hit that thumbs up button, like the channel, like the video, engage in the comments, and subscribe to the channel. But let's pull up the data and see how Cade Klubnik stacks up against some of his peers in the 2026 class. Now, if you're new to the summer scouting series, especially with the quarterback position, I'm looking at one of two situations for the quarterbacks. How good were they on third or fourth and long situations? That's sort of the baseline foundation we're using for all quarterbacks. Money situations, what did they do when their teams needed them to make a play? Well, let's take a look at that for Cade Klubnik in 2024. In third and long situations in 2024, Cade Klubnik was 37 for 54, 510 yards, 4 passing touchdowns to only 1 interception. He was sacked 5 times. He had 11 chunk plays, which are 15 plus yards down the field plays, and 3 explosive plays, which yield 30 plus yards per play. Again, third and long situations, Cade Klubnik, very efficient, and one of his best traits when you see him versus some of the other quarterbacks in this upcoming 2026 class, his peers, where he really shines is the decision-making. EPA per pass attempt, 0.15, which is right in the middle of the road behind Drew Allar, behind Garrett Nussmeier and John Mateer. But where he really shines is his interception percentage. He only had 6 interceptions in 2024, 1.3%, which is lower than any other quarterback in his cohort. And then when you look at his sack percentage, 4.4% sack percentage, which is lower than anybody else outside of Garrett Nussmeier's 2.8%. So he makes very good decisions. One of the things that I love to look at for the QB position, CPOE, completion percentage over expected. Are you doing a little bit more than what's expected of you given your offensive situation down and distance? And amongst his 2026 peers, 2.2% CPOE. The only player with a higher CPOE of Drew Allar, Garrett Nussmeier, John Mateer, and Lenore Sellers is Fernando Mendoza, who's transferring out of Cal this fall. He doesn't do a lot that wows you. There weren't a ton of throws on the film where I'm like, oh my God, I've never seen a throw like this. This arm talent is incredible. You're not enamored with this Josh Allen level of arm. He's not a Lamar Jackson level of rusher, but he just seemingly always makes the right play, especially in that RPO game. First up, 3rd and 10, Stanford versus Clemson. How do you navigate a pocket that is being pressured by all types of blitzers? You got twists and stunts going up front. It's 3rd and 10. You got to pick up the first down. Cade Klubnik gets you 14. Right here, this is just a really good job of trusting his offensive protection scheme, trusting his running back Phil Maffa to pick up that defender, and then Klubnik leading his receiver. I mean, I know it looks just like a normal throw and catch, but he does a really good job of leading that receiver right there, because anything back here, this guy breaks underneath, it's intercepted, it's knocked down, you're not moving the sticks. This is a really good play by Klubnik, trusting the pocket, trusting his protection scheme, and finding his receiver and leading him. Right here, 3rd and 8, Clemson versus Florida State. Just a really good job on an outbreaking route of picking up the first down. He picks up almost 13 on this play. Just nice touch, nice accuracy, good ball placement for his receiver. Good job by Klubnik in there. 3rd and 9. This is an excellent pass. Louisville versus Clemson, gun formation. You got trips to the left. 3rd and 9. He's going to take a shot one-on-one. He knows he's got one-on-one coverage. This is a ball receivers just got to come down with it. This was placed only where his wide receiver can catch it. Excellent touch, great accuracy, good timing on this throw. And he recognized, hey, I got one-on-one coverage. I know I've got the vertical route right here. And he drops it right in the breadbasket. Right there for his receiver. He's got 2 hands on the ball. And this is a tight window throw. But you got to be able to come down with that. This is a plus for Klubnik. Receiver gets dinged right there. It's a tough grab. But you want to see your guy come down for your quarterback right there. A 3rd and 9 situation that should have been converted to a 1st and goal. 3rd and 7, Clemson versus Virginia Tech. Great job of his playmaking ability and how he can escape, free defenders. And he does a really good job here. Defensive back is untouched. He comes clean, free. He gets hands on Klubnik in the pocket, gun formation. He's not the biggest and he's not the strongest. 6'2", 204 pounds in the spring, I believe he weighed in at. But right here, he does a great job of not going down on contact, keeping his eyes down the field. And yes, the receiver is wide open, but the magic in the play was created by the quarterback not going down on contact. Incredible job. Good throw. 3rd and 9, South Carolina, Clemson. This is a rivalry, right? Insane throw. Gotta have it. 3rd and 9, we're on our own 41-yard line. Cade Klubnik gives you 28 yards. Just an excellent throw. Again, recognizing the coverage. He sends that receiver over. He knows he's got this guy outside, right? He's got this guy one-on-one situation with the defensive back. DB's not turned around looking for the ball. I'm going to layer this and place it where my receiver can make the play. And if he can't make the play, then it's going incomplete. When he is on schedule and on time, back foot in the ground, doesn't pat the ball, beautiful throw. I mean, that's a nice ball, right? Receiver creates a little bit of separation. Boom. Difficult grab. Great ball placement. 2 feet in. That's good on Sundays. Cade Klubnik moves the chains. All right, next up, we got 3rd and 11 on his own 24-yard line, and you're just going to see a little bit of that arm strength in a beautiful throw, recognizing once again, I'm probably going to have a shot. They're trying to zone me up. I'm going to be able to hit that seam down the middle of the field. He's calling his protection. He looks at the defense. He sees what's going on. And then you just see a really good ball. Good touch, nice accuracy. If that thing is flat, safety's peeling off and he's intercepting that. But nice layer, nice touch on that. Good throw, great ball, touchdown, 3rd and long. Let's go get it from our own 24-yard line. No fear. What a strike by Klubnik. Now it's 4th and goal. 4th and goal, you got to be on time. This is North Carolina State versus Clemson. And he is. Back foot on the ground, timing. Just make the easy throw. This is not some highlight reel throw. This is not going to be on his Just Bomb Productions ultimate highlight reel on YouTube. But when you have got to get the ball in the end zone, and especially these plays right here, these outbreaking routes, you better be on time or else. That defender in the NFL is jumping that route. And how many times have we seen in the league? Pick 6, it's happening, right? So if you're going to do this, throw that outbreaking route to your slot receiver inside the money down situations, you better be on time. And he does it right here. 4th and goal, got to have it. Boom, touchdown. Just a very good quarterback. Nice play. I like him on time, on schedule. 3rd and 7 versus Wake Forest. We're going to see some more of that playmaking ability, right? He's got to move off his spot. He's directing traffic. Boom. Strike down the field. 3rd and 7, 19 yards right there by Klubnik, and you're really going to get a feel from it from this reverse end zone angle. He's looking downfield, goes off his number 1 read. There it is. That's probably one of the better throws, just showing off his arm strength. 55 is on his head. 55 is peeling off. I mean, he's closing down on him, and you're going to see Klubnik put everything he's got right there into that pass. I mean, his feet aren't set. His feet aren't set at all. He's on the move, and he's still able to get that over that defender. You know, you got converging defenders coming from all angles and still fit it into his wide receiver right there. Really good job. Really good job. When you watch it from this angle, this is probably a throw a lot of QBs wouldn't attempt to make, especially on the move, but he fits it right in there. You got a guy here, guy here, guy here, and then your player is right there. Your receiver is right there. Really good job of showing off that arm strength, off-platform throws, and just, again, good decision-making by Klubnik on 3rd and 7. Picks up the first down. Now we're in scoring potential. We can kick a field goal. We can take some shots at the end zone right outside the red zone. Great job. Here we go. I want to look at some of the things that he does with his legs, because the legs are an element of his game that is sort of one of his calling cards, and he's a really good rusher of the football. You'll see in this counter action right here versus Wake Forest, he moves. I'm not comparing him and saying he's this level of rushing talent, but when I watch him run the ball, he's not as big, he's not as powerful, but he really moves the way Jalen Hurts moved at Oklahoma. I think Klubnik may not be as athletic as Hurts was, but that's sort of the vibe that I get watching him run these counter plays right here. He's got a nice little dead leg. He's damn sure not as big or powerful as Jalen Hurts, but in the open field, Cade Klubnik can move. There's nothing sneaky at all about his athleticism. His legs are a weapon. I believe at the next level, he will do some of this. Probably doesn't have the size to where you want to run him consistently, but he is a good mover of the football. He's got good eyes. He seems to know how to navigate traffic really well. So this is a player who ran a lot in high school, can run at the collegiate level, and when he gets in the open field, as you can see right here versus Pittsburgh, he's got the gas to take it to the house. You're not going to confuse him with JD5, with Lamar Jackson, or with a Josh Allen, but his ability to move the ball downfield with his legs is absolutely a strength and a skill set that we want to see utilized at the next level. Klubnik's a baller. He's an absolute baller. He is not the biggest. He's not the fastest. He's not the strongest. He damn sure is not the flashiest of the quarterbacks in this upcoming 26 class. But when you're talking about everything he brings to the table, the arm, the decision-making, the experience, the rushing ability, the upside, and how much more he could progress here in 2025, I can absolutely get on board with him being the projected top quarterback in the 2026 NFL draft. And for me, having looked and watched 5 or 6 of the big 6 that people kind of put in that top pantheon of draft-eligible quarterbacks, he is my current QB1 going into the 2025 season. I love Sellers. I like some of the skill set that John Mateer brings to the table, and I'm excited as hell about Garrett Nussmeier in 2025. But all the things that these NFL teams seem to be looking for, Cade Klubnik has it all. This is a really good quarterback prospect. Excited to watch him progress through this 2025 season, and I'm glad y'all were able to tap in and y'all pulled up to check out this summer scouting profile on Clemson signal caller, Cade Klubnik. If you stuck around to the end of the video and you found this information actionable and or entertaining, which I know you did, show some love. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the podcast feed. That way, if you miss anything over on YouTube, you can get it in the car, in the train, in the plane, wherever you listen to your podcast at. Thank y'all for being here. We've got some more dope prospects coming up. Jordan Tyson real soon. I appreciate y'all. Be easy. And until next time, I'm out. Peace.